welcome back. I'm here to present to you the last two principles of the Pilates method: fluid movement, flowing movement, and precision. So get your chair, a stable chair. I've got a stool today. Make sure that you're comfortable. Of course, always check with your doctor before starting any sort of exercise regime. And please be safe. If you feel anything's uncomfortable in your body or it doesn't feel right for you today, then just leave it out. Or I recommend watching the whole series or the video today and then give it a try on your own. So let's get started. So just have a seat just up on near the front of your stool or your stable chair. Make sure your spine is nice and tall. So you can put your hand on the crown of the head again. Take a breath in and feel your spine lengthening. And as you exhale, feel everything just relax around the spine. Good. So flowing movement. Joseph Pilates was famous for saying, you're as young as your spine. So you could be an old person, very old aged person, but have a fit, healthy, mobile spine. And that really reflects in the way you move, longevity, and health in your body. Or you could be a very young person and have not so great mobility in your spine, maybe don't move a lot, bit sedentary, and not have such a healthy spine. And so that really reflects where you are in your age, not your real age, but your movement age, we'll call it. So with flowing movement, we're going to move in different planes of movement with the spine, but sitting. So first of all, we're going to rotate. So this first one's called chest opener. You can do it with your arms in different positions. You can have your hands behind your head, okay? Or you can have your hands across your chest or down by your side, whatever feels comfortable for you. And remember to sit comfortably on your sit bones, okay? So you're not wanting to tilt forward or back, just a nice comfortable position. And remember those deli scales where you're not wanting too much weight on one cheek or the other cheek. Make sure everything's nice and balanced and that your spine is nice and supported from a strong base. Okay. So I'm going to take my hands behind my head for chest opener. Relax your shoulders down. Okay. And so you're interlocking your hands and molding your skull into the palm of your hands. We're going to rotate to the right first. I'll be your mirror. So we're going to rotate, and you want to keep the ribs over the pelvis without sliding them right or left. So we're going to pull in, we're going to look, and you want to take your eyes the same direction that you're rotating, and your elbows stay reaching away from each other. So you're going to inhale as you rotate, and as you exhale, you come back to face front, and then the other side. So you're inhaling to rotate, and you're moving your rib cage over your pelvis, and take your eyes with you. So you're trying to look behind you. Good. Come back. Good. You might find there's bits that are a little bit tighter than others, so you can find that first bit that you start to get tight in, and even come out of that rotation a bit. And then breathe in. And when you exhale the next time, try to rotate a little bit more. And breathe in. And exhale, face front, and the other side. So inhale, come to that first point of resistance. Breathe in and exhale and rotate a little bit more. Breathe in again. Good. And exhale, face front. Good. I'll do one with my hands crossed here. You can keep with your hands behind your head if that's comfortable for you, but you can also do it here. So we're going to inhale and rotate again to the right. Inhale. Good. And with this one, with your hands here, keep turning your head. See if you can get your eyes to look right behind you. Good. And notice what's happening in your rib cage. Are you sliding it over either way, or are you keeping it directly over your hips? And then face front. Good. And then the other way. Just notice what's happening in your body. So you rotate, breathe in, look behind you. Good. Keep rotating. Keep your head going if it doesn't bother your neck. Good. And then face front again. You can also do it with your arms by your side. You inhale. And your arms are just hanging gently out of the sockets. Imagine there's water dripping off your fingertips. And face front. And then the other way. You're rotating. Keep your head looking. Good. And come back. Good. So the next exercise is called Mermaid. We're going to side bend our spine. Again, there's options of what you could do with your arms depending on what's comfortable in your own body. So I'll show the ones with the arms first. So you're going to inhale up, drop the shoulders down in the sockets. And when we drop one arm down and side bend over. Now when I'm side bending, thinking about lifting up through the side that I'm bending towards and not letting the opposite hip come off. So I want to keep that grounded down. Good. And then I'm opening up in this side of my rib cage. And use your breath to increase the flexibility and the stretch through the ribs. And when you come back in, you can think about your centering and control and concentrate on that lower tummy. Pull the belly in to come back up. And back down. Good. And then up. And exhale over. Good. And keep the lift through both sides of your waist. Head down. If your neck bothers you, you can always look at the floor. Take a breath in that opposite side of the ribs into those lungs, and exhale, pull in from the center and come back up. Good. And again, inhaling up, lengthen through both sides of the waist, and exhale. Drop the head or look at the floor if you need to. But try to keep the shoulders square to the front. Don't let your shoulder go back with you. Breathe in. Imagine an accordion. The ribs are like an accordion that you're breathing in, opening up, or gills even. Good. And exhale, pull in, come up, and float that arm down. And then the other side, inhaling, and then exhale, up and over. Breathe into your gills. Nice big breath. Exhale, and back up. Good. Or arms can hang by the side. That's perfectly fine too. You can just go to the side. Breathe in. I call it a gravity stretch. So you're just letting gravity take your body over. You're not forcing anything. And you're using your breath from the inside of the body to help increase the length of the spine and stretch those ribs from the inside of the body. And exhale back out. And then the other side. You're going over. And exhale. Getting heavy. That's it. And back up. Good. So fluidity is important in everything we do. We want to do everything easily, with flow, with ease. Whether you're vacuuming your house or making dinner or going for a walk or dancing or whatever it is, you want to feel fluid and with ease. Do it with fluidity and with ease. The next principle is called precision. Now again, Joseph Pilates always said it was much more important to do 3 exercises in a row, 3 repetitions precisely, exactly right, rather than doing a whole bunch of repetitions of an exercise haphazardly or without technique or without precision. So it's an important aspect of all these types of movement, and it will could help you prevent injury. Okay, so we're going to talk about the precision of placement. Precision can be applied to a lot of different things, a lot of different movement exercises, but today we're going to talk about the position and alignment of the shoulders and the rib cage in relationship to the pelvic girdle. So you've got the shoulder girdle, rib cage, and pelvic girdle. So imagine the shoulder girdle is like a hanger, and you're wanting the arms just to hang off them nice and evenly and loosely. Your shoulder blades in the back are like these triangular bones that come down. Now, I call them the Eden Thorpe muscles, so we're going to just talk about your armpit muscles. So if you take your arm out to the side a bit and feel like you're pulling your shoulder down towards your pelvic girdle. So they connect through the muscular and fascial system, connective tissue, down. So when you're pulling your shoulder blade down using those muscles, it can help posture. And you can just use your hands to do a little investigating for yourself. Become aware of what those muscles feel like. Pulling down. Now at the same time, you don't want your shoulders to be up at your ears, and we need those muscles under there to pull them down. You also don't want to force your shoulders down and create a stress tension in your neck by depressing the shoulders too much either. So we want to find a position that's nice and comfortable between those two extremes of way up here, having your shoulders as earrings, which most of us spend our time like that, doing shoulders up here under stress and tension, but we also don't want to force them down too much either. We just want them to hang really nice and comfortable in line with the two collarbones. So we'll do a few exercises of just floating the shoulders up. Good, and letting them float down and letting the armpits just engage a little bit to keep the armpits down. That's it, and then up. When we take really, really, really deep breaths and trying to fill our lungs up with as much air as possible, these accessory muscles, we call them, in the neck and the shoulders help to give our lungs more room to fill up. That also create this draw of the shoulders up. And then exhale down. That's it. Inhale. Good. And then let them just float down in place. Good. Have your arms forward. We're also going to talk about how the arm bone, this is called the glenohumeral joint up here in our shoulder, and how the upper arm can rotate in there, but we want to use the muscles in the back of our shoulders and some of the muscles between our shoulder blades to pull the shoulder blades towards the spine. So the palms come up and we're going to squeeze, open the collarbones, right? Open the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together and feel the spine getting a little bit tall. That's it, and forward. Good, and squeeze. That's it. Good, and forward. Good, and squeeze. Good, and notice if you poke your head forward, so try to keep your chin in alignment. Good, and squeeze, and back down. Good. Now we'll do a full arm movement, so we're going to take the arms up, inhaling, take the shoulders up to the ears, and let them float down from the shoulder blades. That's it. Good. And let your arms just float down by your side. That's it. Good. And take the arms up. Good. And down. The next exercise we're going to do, we call them Barbie Arms. So if you can imagine back, they can be a Ken doll or a Barbie doll, either or you can move your arms without the torso moving, like we do. Like you find that in those Barbie dolls, where your arms can go up, but your torso doesn't move. So just explore that in your own body. When you take your arms up, what happens here? What happens here? Does it go forward and back? Down. I'm going to sit sideways just so you can see what it looks like that way. So when you're sitting here, I'm sitting on an angled cushion, so I might look a bit crooked, but I'll try to even up for you. So when your arms go up, most of us, if we're not thinking about it, the chest will throw forward, and that's perfectly fine. Your spine is meant to do that, okay? But you also want to be able to keep it still if you want to. Right? So when your arms go up, try to keep the ribs funneled down, right? Connecting to that center 2 finger widths below your belly button where the seat belt is. See if you can keep that nice and still and strong without anything moving except your arms. And back down. Good. So the Barbie doll exercise. You want to create movement, keeping this nice and still. Put your hands on your rib cage. Yeah. Feel the ribs funneling down. Tighten your seat belt. Okay. Put one hand there and do one arm and see how that feels. Does it pop forward or not? Can you keep it still? You might only be able to go to here. And then try the other one. Arm up. Good. And back down. And up. And back down. Keeping your spine nice and stretched out. Good. So you can see how each exercise that we've been doing, starting right from the breathing through to the concentration, to the control, centering, fluid movement, and precision, each exercise and each thing we talked about includes all the other principles in them in one way or another. So any exercise you can do, you can emphasize one of the principles, all of the principles, a couple of the principles, but they all come into play when you're doing any kind of movement. And it'll become more and more natural just to check in with yourself and become aware of those key building blocks of movement that will help you with what you're doing. We will be doing a session that's just one exercise followed by the other with a little bit less explanation. Next time we'll be on the floor. I'm not sure how long yet, 20 minutes to a half an hour, something like that. And again, all the principles will be included, and these exercises that we've done here will be included in a floor routine for you. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.